Oh, we're going to do that today. And let's see. ID is the primary key for this table. Each row, this table indices the ID of a customer, their name. All right, let's take a peek at this. Select star from, what's it called? Customer. And I don't think I told everybody. Nope. Doing all right?
Yeah.
All right, you heading out? Yeah. All right, have a great day. If you need anything, send me a text, all right? You look great.
Thank you.
Alright. See if anybody's joining us right now. Let's see. Alright, so let's just kind of look. What's the name of this customer? Alright, and run. See what comes out. And it just wants names. All right. So what I really want to do is I want to find some arrays and some strings, because those can be very challenging to work with. So all right. Let's see. So oh, here we go. Find the names of customers that are not referred to a customer ID. Okay, so this is, wait a minute. With ID, reference ID. So we have an int, a varchar, and an int. So return any order. La 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 la. Let's see. Oh, that's funny. I was all on Airflow yesterday, and it picks up on that. So on the ID or the reference ID. So it wants everybody who doesn't have a reference ID. Let's reread this. Find the names not referred to. Got it. Reference ID. Okay. So this is a good one right here. Where refer ID not equal. Now in SQL, this is weird. This is not equal. That's just what they chose. Okay, can't tell you why. But this is everything. So now I just want the names. Oh, I misread. By customer name, ID to. Okay, so everybody wants everybody who was referred to. Okay, what am I missing? Will, Jane, refer ID is not equal to 2 or is to 2. That were not referred by customer with ID 1, with ID 2. So it would be Zach, Oh. And no, or refer ID is null. All right, let's run this again. There we are, and now I just want name. So let's go over what I was doing. And there we go, pass, and then let's submit this, and then let's go from there. So if we're just kind of rolling in and getting started, and it's on the slow side. Don't know why this would be on the slow side. Let's go back to the description and go back to, and we're just going to cover this real slow in case your or problems are. So let's look at this. We want everybody but Alex and Mark. So when I first said I wanted not twos, right? Well, that's this. So nulls are a different special. So it's going to be blank. So there is no blank. So there's a null. Now an empty string and a null are not the same. So if something is missing, it gets assigned a null value. So this means it's empty, not blank. Don't replace your idea of what blank is with null. So I needed the two conditions. Well, thank you very much, Peaky B. I don't think I've seen you on the streams, so very glad to have you here, and I really appreciate that. So let's go back to where we are right here. So first, we were told we do not want to be referred to with ID. So here's their ID, and they were brought in by, but they were referred to by Jane. We don't want to know anything about. We don't want to know anybody here who knew Jane. So I don't know why. And Jane didn't have anybody to refer because Jane got here on their own. Same thing with Will. Now, Jane is busy, and she gets Alex and Mark, and then Will gets Zach to show up. All right. So we want the ones who showed up on their own and everybody else that Jane did not bring. So it's going to be two conditions right now. It's either going to be not the twos or a null. So everything else other than twos, so it'd be greater if it was even more. So like if Mark started referring people. All right. So that's that. Now let's see if we can find, excuse me, I really want to find some strings because I can try to help you do it, but it's a lot easier if we find one. So a string has a lot of, there's a like syntax, there's leading and following. Yeah, there's all kinds of ways. There's exact matches, trips and user. These are, I need managers with at least 5 direct reports. Replacing. Let's see what this is. I don't want numbers. I want strings. I want some strings so everybody can see how to sales person. Ha! Okay. If this is more numbers, I'm going to lose my mind. Okay, write a solution to find. Related to the company with name red. There we go. This is what I want. All right, perfect. Because we're gonna have to deal with the strings, and we haven't done that yet. Because when you're dealing with data, you're going to... Because I was just watching a discussion last night about nomenclature. Oh my goodness. Definitions of terms. You will go bananas when you get into a company and you have different teams touching same information, slightly different definitions. Ooh, okay. So here we are. Let's see. Let's bring this back up here. All right. So all right. So we have a table, salesperson, company, and order. All right. Let's see. I recently found your channel. So this is my first time on. Oh, awesome. Oh, okay. It went away. Well, I'm very glad to have you here, PQB. You don't have to get rid of any message. Okay. I recently found your channel. First time I've been watching your old videos and they're really good. I really enjoy watching you work so hard like this. Oh, well, I appreciate that. Well, thank you. I don't know if you've watched any of the other streams, but I'm in the process of finding a new job. So I'm needing to improve my SQL. I was realizing there are some gaps. Like I didn't even know there was what I've learned saw lag, and then there's a really easy function to handle nulls. I was a little embarrassed that I did not know that. So that Consa, and I'd installed Docker last night because I'm going to be working with Airflow. I got to get Airflow and Docker. I'm working on a data pipeline project, so I can add that to my GitHub, so I can send that out and show everybody how smart and wonderful and pretty I am. So we're gonna go through this. But PQB, I'm very glad to have you here. All right, so this isn't going to be perfect, but we're going to at least get to work with a string. So I'm very glad. I need to look up that term. I need to get it back. All right. So, and if there's a question, if anybody here who has a question, please just ask, because I try to always think about a new person when we're doing this, but I also know that when my brain is wired, I will miss things and go super duper duper fast. All right, explanation. So we need, where's the request? What do we got to do? All right, write a solution to find the names of all the salesperson who did not have any orders related to the company read. All right, so first we got to get this connected. So what do we need? What do we need to bring? We need a salesperson. Then probably order. So I'll show you primary, primary, primary. And then the way that these are connected. Now see this. Sales ID. That should be salesperson. That's not a very good ID. But I want to show you how we connect so we can save data and save space in the table. So the relational design to this is, if you'd like to think about it, so if we just want to query the order table and we're sitting here and we don't need all this extra data, then there's times where we do need the data, and then we can go and correspond and lay this in here and either replace this with this information, and it's all sorts of very nice things. And then we have our salespeople, and this comes here. So let's just go ahead and get started. So right now, these are the actual sales, the orders. Then these are the people, and then we need to get all three of these. So right now I'm going select star from orders. And we'd run this and bring this in. And if you're really doing this in a large scale data set, table, you'd throw a limit on here, because all you would really want to do is see this, the shape and the scope, and make sure that you understand the schema and the output. So right now I'm just outputting this, 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 and this. Oh boy, okay. And then here's the information. So I need to bring in, because I need to know the people, the salesperson not associated with this. So I need to get this person also associated here. So I need everybody. So join company. Yep, company. Now, how are these related? They're related by com ID. You're lucky that is how they're related. And we're going to alias this as O, as C, and then on O dot com ID equals C dot com ID join salesperson. On O dot sales ID equals, and we just as S dot sales ID. All right. So now this is overkill, but we're going to bring it all in, and we may need to scroll this way over here. All right. Woo! Okay. Really big stuff. Now, we have a lot of overkill, right? Because, well, first of all, I brought in the entire everything. I think we can see this. So I'm going to have redundant. I'm going to have this in here. I'm going to have this column twice. This here, and this twice. This here, and this here. So I really don't need so what I really need is S dot star. I want all that. Then I want C dot name. Let's just so we can see it. C dot city, just so we can see it. And then we need and really, yeah, so we need name, city. And if I were to just start typing name, I would get an ambiguity alert, because I have name here and name here. You can get away, like I could get away with typing hire date, and I wouldn't need to lead it with the table, because hire date isn't in here anywhere else. So then I want all of sales, and then I want O dot order date, and then actually we can just do order date and amount. Is amount anywhere else? Amount. All right. Now let's see. We've shortened this up a lot. How's my output? A little bit better. Let's see what else we can trim off. All right, let's drop sales ID. So let's just do S name and salary. All right. So S name and salary. Let's run this again. So where we are. All right, we're getting a little bit better. So now see how I've just trimmed all this down and I've brought this all in. Now, the ask is we want to see everybody who does not have, and let's see, find the names. So we're really just down to names. But we want to check, we want to take in all our information to make sure that we're hitting, because look, you can get false positives. And I promise you, the larger the company, the larger the data sets. Don't think you have the answer. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Don't think you have the answer just because you got it right the first couple times. You're gonna have so many false positives. You're gonna have some issues. All right. I don't even think I took a drink of my drink yet. All right. So we're gonna do where, and which name is this? This is company name. Where c.name, because if I were to throw up name, I had to get an ambiguous alert. Not like, so I would actually, I'm going to show you a different way. Not red. We're going to test this. And all right, so we got on the output we don't have any reds here. So now, right now, and that looks like I want to try this. This looks like that's commenting that out now. All of a sudden. Okay, so it does want that extra space. I've never seen that before ever in my life. All right. All right, so let's see what we have going on wrong here. According to our explanation, order 3 and 4 in the orders tables, it is easy to tell that only salesperson Pam and John sales, all the other reports other. Okay. Who do not have any orders. All right. Let's see. Sir, sorry to disturb you again. No worries. But I've been learning Python for 3 months, but I'm struggling with OOP, in which field to apply for. Could you make a video on roadmaps? Well, it all depends on what you want to do, and the super important thing. So the roadmap that you need to do is you need to become very honed and very risk tolerant and stress tolerant. So I would be doing this. I would be sitting here and doing these challenges anyway. And it dawned on me that, hey, I could get some views, I could get some content, it could make me smarter, and that's my roadmap. So you need to figure out your roadmap of what do I really want to do. So this has been a full circle for me. I realized a long time ago I liked patterns and things and relationships with just everything. If this cause and effect, I mean, we can even boil this down to cause and effect. And there's a term called actuaries, I believe, it's insurance people, but basically like statistical analysis. Warren Buffett is a statistician. But if you're interested in AI, I mean, figure out what aspect. I mean, like, I'm very intrigued with data pipelines, and I didn't even realize I was a data engineer or an analyst or analytical engineer or whatever the term is these days. And I'm getting I guess certified with Docker and Airflow and things like this to trigger pipelines to be built, and just working with sheer amounts of data and collecting and organizing, and those are the things that I just absolutely love. So what you have to do is, I know it sounds like a cop-out and a generic thing, just do what you like, but it's so important. I could lead the roadmap that I would have would be get a map and start driving, and let the drive tell you what you like. Because I took a job, I was very gracious. I was very given the opportunity to take a job that I didn't even think I was qualified for, and didn't even end up truly doing that job in and of itself, and I ended up doing a data engineering segment of it, because we didn't even know what we needed, and our team just kept changing and changing. So you just want to upskill, because if you're not upskilling, you're downskilling, because everything else is getting more technical. And was reading a lot of posts yesterday and this week that data analysts are going away, because that automation part is going to be automated. So if you have got to just keep upskilling. Dax, how are you? Yes, that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, I've been working on Docker and Airflow. Those are some no joke platforms. I don't know if you've ever had to deal with that, but yes, I would say, I would say that I'm probably closer to that, Dax. And what's funny is I didn't even know it. Did not even know it. And that's kind of the term. That term didn't even exist 5 years ago. And now it is. It's just what is out there and what is needed. So, all right, let's dive into why this is wrong. Exactly. No, there's what data engineers, analytics engineer. Then there's even branches of data science where you have the raw experiments of just like an analyst, a souped up analyst, and then you have the machine learning, predictive analysis data scientists who are much more statistics, which those used to be the quants on Wall Street for predictability. So yeah, it's great. It's so interesting to me, and watching these platforms. Docker I didn't know much about. Airflow I know nothing about. So I've been working with both of those, and working with a group of individuals. So we're trying to hone our skills. But all right, write a solution to find the names of all the sales persons who did not have any orders related to a company with the name Red. All right, so let's go back here and get rid of this and this and find out why this is. Oh, can I get everybody to do me a favor? Dax has probably already done it, but can I get everybody to hit the like button for me? So right now I have a problem, and I'm probably joining wrong, because I want you to look here. I don't have anything. I got let's see. input salespersons. So let's think about this. So if they didn't have a sale at all, or it is not here. So we need to do an outer join. And then, all right, so because if they didn't sell to red, and they also, so let's read this. If you didn't have a sale, you also didn't sell to red. So if you didn't have if a salesperson didn't have a sale, then, which I don't know exactly the use case of this, but they're also missing off my list. So right now I'd have Pam and Alex, and Pam is not on here. Why is Pam not on here? Because Alex is green. All right. Amy didn't have a sale. Mark didn't have a sale. But why is Pam? What am I missing? Why Pam is not? Why are they excluding Pam? Pam is sales 4. Okay. Let's see the explanation. According to orders 3 and 4 on the order table, it is easy to tell that only salesperson John and Pam sales companies. So we report all the other names in the sales table. Salesperson table. All right. Okay, so I have so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. So Pam. Aha. Check this out. Pam has a sale. What? Okay, so my joins are. So the reason why this is bad is my joins are bad, and that's exactly what will get you into trouble. So we have to. So let me show you. Let me make sure I have this in my head of what we need to do. So the issue here is. We could, if I was better at arrays, we would do this and bundle this into an array. And then, because look, you can have more than one sale, right? So it's not Pam. Okay, because watch. So that's that row that Pam was there, but Pam has a sale. So we need to do this. We need to reconstruct this out. So let me walk you through the way that we need to do this, because this, let's see, which one is it? Yellow. 3. So the way that we wrote that, I wrote this, not bring you guys into it. You all into this. So right now I'm saying, oh, this one's fine, but Pam has a sale to red. So this is not fine. So we need to redesign this. All right. Venki, good day to you. How are you? I haven't seen Nico today. Hang on a second. Oh, and I messed up my Discord yesterday. It was somehow I set up a new account and this other Discord server that I was on, so now I can't get, it's I have, and I think I'm chatting with a bot, but all right. So let's see. We need to filter out. As we need to filter. This might be a really good thing for us to learn how to make an array because this is probably the best way. Ooh, how does that? Actually, I may knock out today's video really fast. I think that feels okay. I want to... Did we ever get an answer to this? No. Alright. And that's not bad. That's not bad. I almost forgot. Hurry up and do this video. Let me check the lighting. Test 1, test 2, teeth. Alright, okay. I feel yellow, but we'll find out here in a second. Pictures. Capture. Test 1, test 2, teeth. Alright, okay. Feel yellow, but we'll find. That doesn't look too bad. If I can scoot closer, it's even better. Alright, hang on everybody. I'm gonna knock out today's video and then we'll come back and we'll solve this. Alright, there we are. And boom, boom, boom. Don't argue with your code. Hi everybody, this is Sam with Python Basics. So we're going to do a real quick video today. So if you're like me, you're here. And if you're new here, thanks for joining us. This is what we do. We do micro videos, one subject at a time. So what in the world do I mean, don't argue with your code? And I'm guilty as this as well. I'll write something. The output will not be what I'm expecting. And the way our brains are wired is it goes, it's wrong. No, your code is doing exactly what it's supposed to. Very rarely is there a bug found in Python. They are found, but the things that you're writing and I are writing, they're not going to be a bug. So don't spend the time arguing and going, this should work, even though I think I said that yesterday several times. So spend time on the process and the order of operations and dig down to the problem. Find the root cause. Make sure you have the proper path, the happy path that you're expecting. And what I mean by the happy path, if I have not used that term yet, is which is the way that the order of operations is going to go through your instructions. Find that, work on that, and then expand into the edge cases, the more complicated cases. Spend the time getting the 95% working. So like I said, real quick video today. Make sure you're jumping down and joining the Discord down below to get all the help that you need and deserve. And if you just want to drop a comment, thanks for doing that. Ask for any help, any video requests, please do that as well. Make sure you're hitting that like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. We're doing live streams all the time these days, trying to get built up and ready for interviews. We're doing SQL. We're talking about tables. We're doing Python. We're talking about data engineering. We're talking about everything. So please jump in. Please ask a question, because if you have that question, someone else has that question as well. But as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone. Alright, not sure I liked that coloring, but it is what it is. Alright, let's get back to it. Vinky, I hope you're doing well. So, alright, so we have a dilemma. We may be constructing an array. So we're messing with strings. I was really hoping to mess with strings and arrays. SQL array. Contain array. Array arg. I remember I've read some queries about this distinct. So I need not. So do I need to filter here? I think I need to filter here because I don't want. It's not that I don't want. Oh, come on. It's not that I don't want just this line. There we go. All right. So here's the process without having to get too sophisticated. So I'm filtering here. Nope, that still won't do it. Because what it would do is it would get rid of this and this and leave this. Okay, let's go back. This is a good one, and this is not easy. I don't know why that this. I'm glad I started here and didn't do the medium, because this is a humdinger. All right. So there's. All right. So first, yes, we're either going to put this into an array, or we're going to put this into a string. So you can make, so the one thing that I learned that was crazy is to make like a ID, a unique ID. So if we were to, like, in your own table, so I could concatenate, let's check, let's look at this really fast. Let me show you this. Concat, where the order table, order ID, then o.com ID, and o dot sales ID. So check this out. So I'm going to make a unique ID right here. And I'm concatenating. So it's just like what we're used to. And so check this out. So I made a distinct ID of order ID, customer ID, and sales ID. You wouldn't do that instinctively, but like a date, like a order number and a date, like if you wanted to really make sure and you were going to do some crazy join and you didn't want to have to deal with multiple joins, you come up, you didn't want to join on like this right here. I could make come up here, do this and have one reference later. So what we're going to need to do is I need to compress, and we're going to practice making an array. Never made an array. Because I need to get rid of sales and not include her because she made a sale here. So then we'll compress this, group by, and then make an array. So we're going to compress orders. So let's kind of start over. Don't know if this is the exact way to do this, but we're talking about it so everyone can learn how to do this. So I'm going to be compressing. Let's go back over why we're doing this. So when we're excluding, because we want to exclude Pam because Pam made a sale. When we're filtering out this row, we're just filtering out this one right here. But sale ID, which this should be salesperson ID, this also should go away because of this. So we're going to try to do this a couple of different ways. Oh, I just looked at the time. I need to do something right now. And then Friday, we need to wrap up pretty quick. Let's see. And bingo. All right. So in my old day, what I would do is I would compress this and there's array args, expression within group. So I want to do a group by. I could also make a string. Let's see, group by SQL group by array args. There we go. That's what I want. Expression order by. Let's see. And this shows that I really need a lot more practice with SQL. So now I get why they gave us this one. All right. So we're going to, let's see. So we need to compress. So let's do something. Because let's just highlight. So we need to compress this down and get these. Because if anybody has one in it, they get thrown out. All right, so let's kind of start over. Nope, I don't need to go that much. I know I say don't ever delete code. That'll be all right. We'll have good practice. So we're going to start here with orders. Orders as O. O, not 0. All right. We're going to run, make sure we know what this table looks like. Thank you, everyone, for hitting the like button. I appreciate it. All right, so now, here we are. So now I want to group by, now I'm going to throw an error, group by sales ID. Let's see. Do I care about order? Do I care about order date? Nope. I care about sales. Sales ID. And then aggregate array aggregate. This in, okay, let's do MySQL. So these are all different. Postgres, MySQL Server, they're all slightly different. Aggregate array. So aggregate array. Like, okay, is this considered Postgres? But they have Postgres. This is where I get really weak. JSON. Ooh, how to use array aggregate. Array aggregate com ID. Have no idea. We are throwing stuff against the wall right now. And can you count using count clause, right? Okay, hang on a second. Test array aggregate doesn't exist. All right, so count. You can, Vinky, I'm not quite, because what we need to do is we need to eliminate, because the problem is, so we want to, here. Let me show you what we're trying to look at. So I need an output. So I need an output also of then which salespeople sold to what companies. So I need an array. So I need an array of they sold to company 3 and they sold to company 1. Then we are going to filter out here if they sold to company 1, the salesperson goes away. So since we can't filter on the company, because that technique will only remove this line. So we need to group by and compress. And I've never used, because I put in the array aggregate array. Let's do ag array. Let's see if this works in MySQL. Okay, ag array doesn't exist. All right. Array ag, it said that doesn't exist. Because I need to create an array that has, our goal would be 3. Let's go back here. And I want sales ID and this. Okay. Because I want this compressed, and I want then an array of, it'd be an array of 4, array of 1, and then an array of 1 and 3. And then we would filter this on if 1 is in the array, remove. That's basically the goal. Oh, Nico, that's awesome. I'm very glad to hear. Alias, aggregate array. MySQL array. We've tried both, and it's saying it doesn't know ag array or any of these. All right. We can make a concat, and then if I don't want to do that, I really want to work with an array today. That was kind of the whole goal of this. We've worked with some strings. We've already done some string stuff. And I really want to learn how to make aggregate. We tried array aggregate, right? Said it doesn't exist. Array ag doesn't exist. Create an array. Create an array in SQL. I hate Stack Overflow so much. Okay, array append, array. We're going to try this with Postgres. So select star from what was that? Order as O. Orders. Okay. All right. Then sales ID and Postgres array ag com ID and then group by 1. Perfect. All right. Let's see. Having I think this works, because if not, we'll have to do this in a subquery. All right, everybody following what I just did? So now here I am. So now I've created this table. Having, let's see, as comp sales, having comp sales, having 1 not 3 1, because our see if this works. Select star from where 1 not in comp sales. See if this worked, because this should work. Where 1 not in comp sales. right. Apparently I don't know how to check. Okay. Postgres, right? We're using Postgres. Post SQL. Where not in array. All right, post not in array. Post not in statement with array variable. All right, let's check this out. Holy good Lord. Okay. Any find. Okay. Use any. This is a horrible explanation. All right. You should be downvoted. Postgres not in array slow. That's a sneaky. That's Stack Exchange. That's awful. Use arrays in Postgres guide. Built-ins. Values. That's creating it. That's creating the entire table. Here we go. How to check. Okay, what? These screenshots are awful. How can I check array if has ID? That's Reddit. Nobody has answered that question in 5 years. Postgres not in list. And I thought this would be one not okay, so not in one, not equal to, let's bring this over here. Thank you everyone for coming to hang out with me today and watch me learn how to use arrays in SQL, which I guess in MySQL they do not have arrays, but in Postgres they do. So I just realized that I'm not in Postgres, and I'm stopping with saying that. So, all right, comment with the space. So now, so does everyone know what I did right here and how in this whole technique? YouTube made progress bar pink. They did? I guess I have not noticed. Actually, the thing that I did notice about YouTube is the URL. They have a blue. They have a blue around the URL, which I don't know if people were really having a hard time having their eyes drawn to the URL. Right. So I compressed this list because we were originally failing in our original because I was excluding this line, but this line was being included. Well, that's not accurate. We only want these two salespeople because these two salespeople did not ever have a sale to, and that's a lie. This salesperson, I'm looking at this one right here. So that salesperson now becomes void because this is them. And technically, this salesperson 5, and then the other two who had no sales at all. So this is actually a very good problem. So now what I did is I compressed these two, and now what we're going to do is we're going to filter. We just have to learn how to filter on out of an array. Filter. Okay, let's try that. Filter SQL filter. An array. There we go. Filters using an array. Group by ID. Don't. Okay, you didn't answer that. You're not cool. Not cool. All right. Query to filter from an array. Let's try this. Equivalent to X, your equivalent. Or vehicle in. And one. Where is it a contain? Postgres SQL, not in an array. Any. Any? No. Equal to 1. No idea. Nope. That's not it. All right, we're going to figure this out today. What time is it? I got about 45 minutes. We're going to figure this out in 45 minutes. Window function, aggregate functions, semi-structured data, structured data arrays, objects. Check for the presence of an array. Filter for the presence in a SQL array. Values containing where sales like, no, does it turn it into a string? Like one. This can't be it. We'll go over this in a second. Okay. If this works, I'll explain it to you. And this shouldn't work, and I just said it shouldn't work. Okay. We're comp sales. All right. Like one. All right, good, because column like one doesn't. Wait a minute. It said column that doesn't exist. That shouldn't be. I want to see something. Okay, I am spelling that right. Because, all right. Okay, all right. So back to, and this is what you will spend time on, is Googling the way to, solve things. I still got splinters in my fingers from, which I don't even know, it's thorns. It's not a splinter, it's a thorn. Array contains, wait a minute. Array contains. How does an array? I created to just. I went to this page. I used it, and then I didn't. Find array contains. array contains, and then element, any element. All right, okay. Where array contains comp sales and then 1. Select, pass in the array, hang on, that is returns true. Select as my array function element at, oh, okay, testing. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. This is going to drive me bananas. Thank you everyone for coming to hang out today. I hope this is element at, element append, element length, array prepend. Okay, that did not know there was create a SQL array. Okay, it doesn't look like an array to me. It looks like a string. So we may be creating a string here, and we'll just, because I want to get this done too, because this is a good problem now that I look at it. Because if I were to concatenate this and make this a string, it's going to make this ugly. And then I filter if, man, I want to make this work with an array. Then I learned about structs. Well, I heard about structs last night. Don't know how to use them exactly. Ooh, Snowflake. Yes, I'm going to have to learn Snowflake. Seriously, I'm on Snowflake right now. And there is so... I was shocked how much I did not know. Array contains. So that would be true. I do not want to make this like a pandas where I then have to make another one. I really don't want to continuously making subqueries. But again, sometimes you have to make a subquery just to get it to work. This is so pretty. This is so pretty. So why won't this array arg? Okay, and this only works in Postgres. Wonder if it works in Oracle. But yeah, then they get Redfin. That's Amazon's Amazon SQL. So it's like slightly. Everybody's is slightly different. Array to string, array. I don't want array to string. Do I even have an array to string? And that didn't go. That didn't turn. Filter. Postgres. Postgres. Filter if in array. Okay, let's try this one. Where 1 equals any let's try this. Bingo. All right. So now I want not. Well, we're going to get this where 1 equals so we could do an complete outer join. So there's any, so I would get let's see if we can get this down to 1. So I want to see if I can do this in one query and not need a subquery. Where 1 in no. Oh, group by. Group by has to be after. There's a cheat sheet of the order. You have to do these in certain order. Nope. Okay. Okay. So I need the opposite of any. So none. Where did I find any? Is it the same as, because I tried not in, did this not work? Oh. So now I need to exclude this, because if I do not any, so I have here my, I need to exclude these two. So now I have our two salespeople. So now I need everyone else but these two salespeople. Does that make sense? So we're halfway home. There has to be, because now we have to do a different join. So we're going to be joining on salespeople but excluding these two. So it's going to be a left outer join, or if we add this here, it'll be a right outer join. All right. So now I'm going to add we've already gotten a lot better. Okay. So from and then join sales person as S on S dot sales sales ID, right outer join, sales ID on this, select star from there, and then this needs to be sub equals sub dot sales. And I'm never sure about this, if it needs to be, since these are right and left. I've never experimented with this. I've always been curious. ID equals, there we go. Now let's try this. It's probably going to throw up. All right, so here we are. Sales ID. So I want here and here. Maybe it is left. Thought it would go the other way. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Because that's, yep. All right. Because these are the individuals that we want right here with the nulls. We want this and this. That's weird. Full right outer join, inner join. We're gonna research and get to the bottom of joins. So right now we're gonna get this. Oh, right join. You have inner join, full join, right outer join, right join. So this, okay, that still doesn't do it. And then I mean, we can clean this up, but this feels very lazy. Where so sub where now how did this? Yeah. So I want to, maybe I do need to draw a Venn diagram. Full outer join. What is not included? Full let's refresh ourselves. SQL joins. Alright, so I want right join excluding full outer join, because I do not want, wait a minute, because join is not it. I want right join. Oh. Any questions so far? I know everyone's probably losing their mind. Let's bring this up here. So, alright. We do not want... We want all the nulls. So we want Amy, we want Mark, and we want Alex. We do not want anyone who's on this side. And how they become null. Because I want to do this with the join without having to do a where. Where sub dot sales ID is null. This is really lazy and cheating, but it works. See, Amy, Mark, Alex. So now we drop and get who all has name. Right now, is it just sub name? Sub dot name. And we should be done. But this feels very, very, very... My phone's yelling at... wait a minute, what? Okay. Okay, salesperson name. S name. There we go. This is awful. But because I'm gonna get this to work. Because I need to improve my joins, because if I go and get an interview and I do this, that's gonna be a little ugly. Alright. Because I want... Now, we could also be handling this here. There's probably a none, all, any. Oh. Nope. All not equal to. Ha ha ha. Now I want to try this. That would be it. Okay, I want to try this. What is it? And where's that one? That one. Because what I'm needing is I need all of them to be ones. Maybe not. We're close. We got it to work. that right? I think that is right. That's it. So now we have shortened this. So let's go back to see what I did here. So this array, can we highlight and run? Does it run on highlighted? I was on a platform last night that, okay, it does not. So since this is an array that let's double check. So 1 would be excluded because it has 1. 4 is excluded because it has 1 and 3. And what I wrote here is all of it has to not be 1. So anything in this array, there we go. Anything in this array, it has to all be not 1s. Basically it. All not 1s. So this fails. So now I do this join. Now I do not need this ugliness of joins. Let's get this going. We're gonna clean this up a lot. And we'll see better, and I don't look so big bag of sloppy code. All right, so I concatenated, or I aggregated an array, created an array, and then I want there, and then I'm joining back. Let's do star. Let's get back to star. And then I'm going to join, and don't need that again. So now we're at, I don't think there's a way to get around that. Then we need to rejoin. So, okay, here we go. And I'm getting very hungry. But I realized I'm actually putting back on weight. All right, so we got a problem. So Alex is right. And we still need a outer join. We're joining the sales right outer. Let's try this. Okay, we're getting worse. Because it's okay, let's go back. Slow down. So we got, this is right. All right, let's slow down. And where's this sub? Okay, let's check this. Oh, oopsie. All right. Oh. All right, so the other way was better because now, because I needed to know who to exclude. All right. Yep, this is better because they're excluded for a reason. So when I go back, if they don't have a sale, so let's go back through this. So these need to be excluded. So I need to know who not to. So basically, actually, I'm going to show you a really easy way to do this. Take this subquery. So check this out. I was really good at this. So since I'm just filtering off of one, you don't need a join. You can actually turn this. Has anybody shown everybody here how to take a subquery and turn it into a where clause? So check. So since this right here is, so check this out. Sales ID. So I have this. Now check this out. So I'm going to go select. So sales ID 1 and 4. So I need to ignore them. So watch this. This is so cool. From where? Sales or salesperson? What was it? Salesperson. From salesperson, where sales ID not in blank. This only works if you have one column. If you have multiple columns you're filtering off of, you need 2. So Amy, Mark, Alex. So I turned my subquery. Let's check this out. I turned this subquery into a where clause. So I want you to look really, really, really close. Can you collapse this? No, you can't. So this is a where clause. And this in is the exact same thing as this. So we found 1 and 4, right? So this is the equivalent of this right here. But this is also dynamic. So if this changes, so sales ID not in, this is how you check for multiple conditions in SQL. You do in, and the opposite is not in. So same thing when I was here and I did not. Nope. Yep. So I did. So this right here, and then this is dynamic. So now these two, this whole subquery returns 1 and 4 right here. So now I get rid of this. Now I run this. This is so tomorrow's video. And I'm now returning all of this, so I think this is much prettier. Amy, Mark, and Alex. So now I just need, since this is just from one table, name, Mark, and Alex, and run again. See how things evolve and things get better? Bingo. And now I have, so this is a very small query, then I'm querying this smaller query, and then I'm taking that where clause and querying it against something else. So joins, subqueries are faster, can be faster than joins. That's one thing to think about, because especially large tables, you can get into some very expensive joins, costly, time costly join. So let's see how this goes. And this is saying I'm failing. Interesting. All right, use test case. And let's see. Where, okay. Company ID 2, salesperson, right? This is dynamic. I've changed this. All right. Let's see. We got about 10 minutes. This should be handling all this. Let's see what's going on. All right. Expected output. It's a pretty good list. This doesn't support visualization. Okay. All right. What are we missing? What are we missing? What are we missing? Sales ID. We're grouping by. So here are the orders. Right. Sales ID is, so basically it's 11 and everybody else. Okay. There's 70 of them. So what is my output? Doesn't even get down to my output. All right, well, this is a little bit of annoying. Order one by, because if it has any a table, this is the dimension. Let's see. Can I do a limit? All right, so we're going to try something here. All right, so select star from orders, orders, limit 10. Let's run this. And that's 70. Okay. We're doing this. So order number. Oh. Because it changed on me. We are not, now I get it. So we need to bring this over and change this to red. So we need to assign the company ID to red. All right. We need to add dynamically. So now we need to bring this in. All right, let me try to articulate this. I hard-coded this to red up here, and I need to make it where I need to join this back and change this to red. So I need to join right here. That was sneaky. That wouldn't happen. That was good. Aggregate, company ID, company name. Okay. Join. And what was the name of this is company. Join company as C on o.comp ID equals c.comp ID, and this is aggregate c.name, and then where red any. There we go. Column name red doesn't exist. What? Okay, let's run this again. What? Oh, I want comment out everything else above it. Sorry. Went the wrong way. That goes here. This goes here. And this goes here. Okay. Okay, why? Oh. Since it's a string. Maybe not. I don't know. Check for string in. Okay. Got a couple more. So, more string in. Any comp sales? Because then we got it to. It was an array of red. Like. Okay, check for. Where'd we find that? Value, any, syntax. Oh, and then you do have this issue with strings. So it may be as simple as quotations. Okay. So be very, all right, you may have drifted off, but all right, that was throwing an error because I had double quotation marks. So I'm back to 1 and 4. And now and run. And there we go. All right, does everybody know what I did? So I lazily did a hard code, which these tables would not change, but it was a little lazy, and that just goes to show you have to pay attention. So I was hard coding this as the name would be 1, and I really needed it to be the company name, not the company ID. So I changed it. So now it's passing, and then now let's do submit, and it should run. And here we are. Bingo and bingo. And the reason why mine is faster-ish, is because I'm not having to join multiple. I'm using this as a simple where clause because we want everything else but those. So that's why mine's fairly fast. Not super fast, but just a touch fast. Let's do it one more time to see if we can get it juice it a little bit more, and then we'll wrap. And this is exactly what. There we go. So like I said, just a little. And this where, now, super important. This where only works if you're filtering off 1. If you need to do multiple filters, you have to do a join. Now, you could do it where, but then you're subsequently still doing multiple queries. So depending on the size of the table, it may be a wash with the joins. And you need to really watch and make sure you're not over-joining. I learned that. So if you're over-joining, you need to be very careful in counting the number of rows. So if you're joining a table of 60 and a table of 120, so you should technically only get 120 back or less. You should not get more. Because, well, I guess there is an instance. But if you overjoin, you could turn around and get 180. So you need to watch very closely what you're using. How am I using 0? Does databases? Sorry, I don't know if accepted submissions to show data. Really? How many people have submitted? I don't know. All right. Well, I think this was very cool. We got to practice using an array. We learned, we got to learn how to work with searching inside an array and going from there. So thank you everyone for coming to join today. As always, I really appreciate it. I think we had some good questions. We talked about road mapping for a minute, but you've got to find something that you like. And I just kept falling backwards and working. You just have to work at it. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who's going to see what. You don't know. Just stay consistent and meet people, talk to people, put stuff out, make something that you like, because when somebody asks you about it, you'll be able to talk to it with passion. That's what's. Ooh, that's a. Hang on a second. Let's make something. Make something you like. So when someone asks, you can speak to it with passion. That's a good one. All right, so we did a non-technical video today. We're going to do this video tomorrow, and then we're going to do this video Thursday. And don't know Friday I'm going to have to wrap up pretty short because I have a call after this, so we'll go from there. All right, so we're right around 2 hours. Thank you everyone for coming to join. Hour and 56 minutes, so that's pretty okay for me. Out of the teeth, it's okay. Feel like I'm not yellow. Feel like I'm not tomatoey, as Nico says. But all right, we'll wrap for today. Thank you everyone for joining. Please make sure you're joining the Discord to get the help that you need and deserve. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see everyone tomorrow. Bye, everyone.